Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Redefining High Performance Podcast. My name is Ty Bennett, and I'm excited to be back here with you today for another episode. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you something that has impacted me personally and something that hopefully will give direction and understanding to how you find purpose in your life. I think this is an important topic, something we're going to dive into. Before we do that, I want to share with you, I'm holding in my hand a proof of my new book, Redefining High Performance. It actually will come out on May 15th. And so I'm excited to share some more information as that gets closer, how you can pre-order the book, etc. And in fact, on this podcast, I think I'll share some excerpts from the audiobook as well. So look forward to that in the upcoming weeks. Today, over the next few minutes, I want to share with you a concept that I call the Core Four. The Core Four is the four activities where I believe we find the biggest sense of purpose. We find happiness, fulfillment. We figure out who we really are, and it helps us to be aligned. These four activities are when we're creating, when we're contributing, when we're connecting, and when we're coaching. I think inherently we are creators, we are contributors, we are connectors, and we are coaches. Let me walk you through each of these so you can understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. I think that we were born to create. I think that when you put hard work into creating something, that you use your imagination, that you use your skills and help something come to life. That could be in lots of different areas. But for me, as I'm holding this book in my hands, this is something I created. It didn't exist before. The hours of research and study and writing and editing and all of that becomes worth it when I can physically hold this in my hands. It's something that I created from scratch. I've had that same experience with the other books that I've written, with speeches that I've created, with an experience that I've created. Some people are great working with their hands. As many of you know, I own a couple of Ninja Warrior gyms, and sometimes we've built structures, and it's cool to see that come to fruition. I think what happens is right now we are spending way too much time consuming and not enough time creating. Consuming is not going to build you as a person. Consuming is not going to give you fulfillment. Consuming isn't going to bring you energy and a sense of purpose. It's going to drain you, it's going to deplete you, and it's going to make you depressed. We need to create. So we need to put our imagination to work. We need to do something with our hands. We need to create because we were born to be creators. Number two, I think we were born to be contributors. When we serve other people, when we get outside of ourselves, when we go and spend some time and give to other people, when we can help make other people's lives better, it gives us this sense of fulfillment in who we are. I've talked about this on this podcast before, but that service serves the server. And so I don't know what that is in your life. What is something that you could do? It doesn't have to be every day, although it could be, but how do you contribute to other people around you? Maybe there's just a challenge you give yourself every day. Like, today I'm going to smile at 5 new people. Today I'm going to introduce myself to a couple of new people. Today I'm going to write a thank you note. Today I'm going to send a text of gratitude. Today I'm going to comment on somebody's social media and tell them how great they are. There's lots of ways we can contribute, but when you contribute, when you get beyond yourself, you're going to find a sense of who you really are. It's going to give you meaning and purpose. Number 3, we're connectors. You know what's interesting about depression is that depression tells you to isolate. When we feel joy, when we feel excitement, we actually feel a sense of wanting to connect. I think there's good understanding and awareness in those indicators. If we want to feel a sense of joy, we need to connect with other people, real connection. Not just superficial, not just online, but like actually connect with other people. When was the last time you invited someone to go to lunch with you? When was the last time that you picked up the phone and called somebody instead of just sending a text and said, hey, how are you? You've been on my mind. Like, I want to hear what's going on in your world. Like, let's build some real connection in our lives, because it's interesting how quickly we dismiss that when things aren't going well. Number 4 is we're coaches. Coaching is an interesting space, and I don't mean you have to like be an official coach. I don't think you need a certification. I don't think that you need to be hired as a coach. I think that we need to be able to impart wisdom with each other. I think there's something fulfilling about sharing your experience with other people, being in a situation where you can coach people through something, that you can be in a position of value to other people. I've taught this idea for many years, and as much as I can, I try to do those 4 things in my life on a regular basis. I'm creating content on a regular basis. I'm coaching. That's part of what I do. I try and connect with people and build relationships, and I try and be of service. But a few years ago, well, for a period of several years, I had, for me, what was the hardest time in my life. And it came as a result of my wife, Sarah, having some real struggles with her mental health. And that took a toll, obviously, on Sarah, for sure, but on all of us as a family. And the thing that I noticed for me is that I stopped doing these 4 things. As my life was hard and I was trying to just push through, I was really kind of more in survival. I stopped doing the things that brought me a sense of purpose, that brought me a sense of fulfillment. And when I had that recognition and said, okay, I need to go back to the core 4, it was those 4 activities that helped bring me back, that helped me to reconnect with me, as simple as that sounds, to find that sense of meaning and purpose. I went back to creating, right? I went back to finding a sense of fulfillment in that creation process. Even when I didn't want to, I went out to connect with other people. I knew that was important. Sometimes when you're carrying heavy things, you don't want to connect, right? You don't want to feel inauthentic, but people care, and that connection means something. As I contributed to other people, as I served, I felt a little bit lighter. And as I had a chance to coach and to share with other people, to try and add value to people's lives, it was the core 4 that truly helped me to refine myself in a sense of purpose. I hope that you'll take those core 4 this week and think about where you could apply those a little bit more in your life. And as you do, I can promise you will find more meaning and more fulfillment. The core 4 are essential for each of us. I think we're born with an innate sense of these 4 things. I think we are creators, we are connectors, we are contributors, and we are coaches. And so my challenge to you this week is to take these core 4, apply them in your life, and find places and spaces in which you can build more meaning, more fulfillment, and more purpose. I hope this is helpful to you. I love these quick, short episodes that we can share just a quick insight, something practical that you can use. And I hope that if this is fulfilling to you, you'll share this with somebody else. This is a concept that maybe other people need the core 4 in their life. Maybe they're going through something right now. They're carrying something heavy. So share this with a friend. Please rate, review, subscribe to this podcast, and I will be back again next week. Thank you so much.